Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you John Coltrane permutations. This is the first in a series of videos explaining how to use them over certain chord types. So let's get started. First one, D, F, G, and A. Alright, so that's a 1, if we're talking about it numerically, 1, flat 3, 4, and 5. Next chord, G7. Now it's root 2, 3, and 5. G, A, B, and D. So what we have so far in the progression is, it's a cool sound. Now we go to C major 7, and the permutation is the same. It's root 2, 3, and 5, just like the dominant 7 chord, starting on the root. So if we put that all together, now we get if you're feeling a little bit brave, I guess you could say, you can start off with one chord at a time and just comp along with yourself and just use these. You could do G7 like that. Same with the major 7 chord. So you definitely want to shift these around in all keys too. Applies to every chord. Like here's an F minor 7 chord to B flat 7 to E flat major 7. So it's a 2-5 in E flat major, like in All the Things You Are, Countless Jazz Standards, Misty. So if you apply the same shape, you get the same permutations. Alright. You want to do these in all keys. There are other ways to finger these too, but these are the basic ones that you want to start with. So one thing that you can also do is use the first two permutations, the ones for D minor 7 and G7, and then end on C major 7 with a different idea. So you could do something like just something, anything you want. Alright, so that's the first step. The next step is doing this in a different order. So you want to think about these numerically for this reason. So what if instead of 1, flat 3, 4, and 5, we did 4, 5, flat 3, and 1? Sounds pretty cool. Some of these permutations might not sound that great, but what you want to do is write down in a notebook the ones that you like. This one sounds pretty good to me, at least. So G7, for this one you're going to go B, B, D, F, A, and G. And then for C major, it's the same pattern, 3, 5, 2, and 1. Now what you want to do is try to combine them. So what if we did the original one for D minor 7, and then G minor 7, or G7, if we did the altered one that we did. I shouldn't say altered. The one in a different order. Because it's not altered. And then we did the original one for C major 7. It sounds something like this. Pretty cool. And so what you want to do is come up with as many combinations of these that you can possibly think of, but just start off with like 1 or 2 and then memorize them so that you're not stumbling all over the place. And then you can add your own stuff in there too. It doesn't always have to be the permutations. Add like different rhythms and stuff. Try these in different keys. You're gonna find that some of these you might like in other keys. Some of the keys you're not gonna like. Some of the permutations you won't like. And be wary of when you're doing these. Be very careful of repeating notes, like consecutive notes, because it's not always gonna sound that great. So, like, say I have 5/4 flat 3 in the root for D minor 7. So that's just the permutation in reverse. It's gonna sound kind of weird if you start the G7 permutation on D. So if you do that in the same order, it's gonna sound kind of weird. You know, it doesn't really flow very well. I would say maybe that's, if anything, that's the one you might want to avoid. But maybe if you omit that 5th note, that's the 5th of G7, the D. Sounds much better. Again, keep a notebook of the ones you like. Maybe do 1 or 2 at a time, mix and match. There's countless things you could do with these. It's a real lot of fun. It's great for your ear. It's great to get your ear accustomed to the chord changes. It's great for outlining the changes. It's great for voice leading. It has a whole lot of benefits. And besides, if Coltrane did it, it's got some weight to it. So until next time, keep on practicing.